Good morning. Welcome to Common Sense with Tom Schmitz. And I come to you today angry at what is going on with my TV service provider. I do need to let you know, the audience out there, that the views expressed on this show are those of the host and the guest, and in no way reflect the thoughts of the CEP, the Power Plant Business Incubator, the City of Ocala, or Marion County. Now, I know in the grand scheme of things and the world problems that the fact that DirecTV and Hearst TV aren't getting along isn't shattering, but it's an issue that's problematic to me, and I'm sure millions of other viewers throughout the U.S. as Hearst is in 29 markets, 36 markets, 29 states throughout the United States, and it's getting to be a little petty. Come on, man. Get this thing negotiated. Not only am I missing Sunday night football, but do you realize I missed Chicago Fire and Chicago PD? It was a 2-hour crossover event. Stop ruining my lives, people. Get this TV thing taken care of. Our guest today on Common Sense with Tom Schmitz is Angie Lewis, the chairperson of the Marion Cultural Alliance. But first, what happened while you were sleeping? While You Were Sleeping is brought to you by National Sports Broadcasting, your leader in equine competition broadcasting up and down the East Coast. Sheriff's deputies arrested a 22-year-old Ocala man Tuesday on charges that included battery and false imprisonment for repeatedly punching a woman and preventing her from leaving his residence. Dwayne Johnson, not The Rock, a different Dwayne Johnson, told a sheriff's deputy he refused to allow the victim to leave the residence because he loves her. Yeah, try that with the judge. I'm sure that'll hold a lot of weight. The victim went to the hospital for a swollen right eye and head pain. There, she told deputies she went to Johnson's Ocala home on Tuesday because he owed her money. She said he refused to give her the money, declined to let her leave the home, and punched her in the face and grabbed her hair. Johnson was taken to Marion County Jail, where he remains late Wednesday. We'll continue to monitor this story and have any updates when possible. Now with that, I'd like to welcome in my guest, the chairperson of the Marion County Cultural Alliance, Angie Lewis. Angie, good morning to you.
Good morning, and I'd love to say Happy New Year to you, Tom.
You know, we hadn't seen each other since the New Year, so.
So you're going to allow it?
I guess you can say Happy New Year. I swore off of it yesterday.
I know you did, but I haven't really expressed it to you yet.
Now, what is your rule on that? Is it until you've seen? So let me ask: if we hadn't seen each other until February 1st, would you have told me Happy New Year?
Probably. I will say Happy New Year throughout January. Come February 1st, I'm pretty much over Happy New Year, but. I'm still celebrating. It's a new year, and unlike your story that you had to share, that kind of brought me down a little bit. But you know, everybody's usually up and they're excited. It's a new year. Everyone's got their goals set. So, Happy New Year, Tom. You've got your show. You've got a lot to be thankful for.
I do have a show. It's in its second month.
Yes.
Started in December. It's in its second month now. So. Did I catch the Marion Theater? Because this is Marion Theater's near to your heart.
I love this. So kudos to the artist that created it and whoever the vision was behind it. Was it you?
No. She actually came up with this. Her name is Rebecca Harvick, and she came up with this rendering and showed it to me, and I said, I think that's a good idea.
I love it. I need to meet Rebecca because of what we're going to be talking about today with the art community.
She's a very, very good artist, unknown artist. I tell you, it was a chance meeting at a karaoke club here in town where we were singing karaoke, and we started talking, and she said she was an artist, and she showed me some things on her phone, and 3 days later I had the idea of putting a mural up, so I called her and said, hey, what do you think about the mural? She's like, I think I could do that.
I love it.
And then she realized it was a little larger than anything she'd ever done, but she did a fantastic job.
She did amazing.
Got it done. I think the Ocala sign's great, the Marion Theater sign's great, so just one of the things that I like about this studio. Another thing I like about this studio is the guests I get in here, because I get quality guests, including yourself. Now, something I know you're excited about is downtown. You moved your business to downtown. Your residence is in downtown. You are the chairperson of the Marion Cultural Alliance, which is centered in downtown.
Exactly.
But for those that don't know, what is the Marion Cultural Alliance?
All right, so the Marion Cultural Alliance is an organization that was actually established in 2001. And they are basically the creator, the conveyor, the advocate for the arts community. And when you think about arts, a lot of people just immediately think of visual arts. But the Marion Cultural Alliance is actually an advocate for performing arts, arts across all lines. So basically, they're probably most known for all of the painted horses that you see all over downtown and throughout Marion County. That is how the Marion Cultural Alliance was established. They wanted to create a funding source so that they would be able to provide money to organizations. For example, if you had the ballet and they needed some costumes for their dancers, but they didn't have any means for putting that together for a show. They needed somewhere to go where they could ask for funding. So the Marion Cultural Alliance, through the success of Horse Fever, was able to raise $800,000 through that project. They split the $800,000 equally with the artist that created the first round of horses with Horse Fever. And those artists were able to take that money then and give to their local charity of choice. And they took the remaining amount and started their endowment fund to then start being able to give to the community. And so we just celebrated our 15 years, and throughout that time have given well over $250,000 back to the community and supporting organizations like the Riley Arts Center in the Symphony, the Performing Arts Conservatory, Ocala Civic Theater, Westport High School, just anybody who comes to us and says that, we need some funding for this project.
A legitimate art project.
It has to be, right, exactly. So we're super excited about the future of the organization. The last 15 years have been a lot about building and vision and everything, and we were super excited about, last year, we were able to bring on Jay Bailey as our executive director, in addition to working closely with Paulette Milhorn, who's the gallery director, and Anna Dunwoody, who is the administrative assistant. And you know where we're housed, right?
Yeah, I do exactly know where you're housed.
Okay.
You're on Broadway.
Exactly, in the beautiful Brick City Center of the Arts. We are so fortunate to have that location. It is a city-owned building, and we have worked very close with the city for the last several years in just maintaining and making that a great gallery for local and national artists. And so we've got a great team there now, and we're really excited about moving forward and doing more for our community.
Now, the cornerstone of the Cultural Alliance up until about 3 years ago was the painted horses.
Yes.
That was, and I remember, I have some that are vivid, like the graffiti horse that's in front of the Marion Theater.
Exactly.
I really, that comes to mind. The quarter horse that was put out on the square, it wasn't one of the original 15 years ago. It was done, I think it was done afterwards, wasn't it?
Right, yes.
But it was the one that had all the state quarters.
Yes, that one was done at the 10-year anniversary.
Right, that was the 10-year anniversary. And that was the one that the police had to take special attention to.
They did.
People were taking the corners
They were, exactly.
And then I remember the Brick City horse.
Yes.
That was painted with bricks.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. So these horses.
I think that one even had a picture of Gerald Ergel painted on it. Yeah. So that
now,
was
people are familiar with these horses because they're all around the community still.
Right.
They're in front of doctors' offices and businesses that paid money to buy the horses, which generated the $800,000. Now we're coming up on the 15th anniversary of the first horses that were painted.
Yes.
Is there any special plans or anything for this anniversary?
We do. Actually, starting this Friday, and everyone is invited, yourself and the whole community, down at the Brick City Center of the Arts in conjunction with the First Friday Art Walk. We're having a month-long celebration of Horse Fever artists. Where are they now? So from 5 to 6, we have a special reception Friday night for a lot of our old Horse Fever artists that were the original Horse Fever artists, like Kent Weekly
Right.
and many others. Linda Valentine. They will be in attendance, and they'll have their art displayed that they currently have for sale and that they're working on and such. But they'll be there to talk to people and share their story about participating in Horse Fever and what it meant for them as an artist. So we've got that reception, and then their work will be displayed throughout the whole month of January.
Now, that of course is at the Brick City. Everybody's welcome to that. Now, when we talk about one thing that you talked about the Cultural Alliance does, it caught my mind.
What was that?
Westport High School.
Yes.
And the importance of keeping the arts alive with the up-and-coming children of our community, who, by the way, are going to be the adults and leaders of our community within the next 15 or 20 years. And to keep the thought of the arts important to that group of citizens, because that's what they are. They're citizens of our community. Sometimes we don't think of 15-year-olds as, they're just kids, but they live here. They call Ocala home. And one of the things we need to do is try to keep some of them in Ocala.
Absolutely, we definitely want them to, after if they do pursue higher education and go away to school for a while, is we definitely want them coming back, and we want to create a community that they're proud of and that they feel a part of. And the arts, I feel like, is what really brings our community together. And I'm so proud of our city. They've seemed to really embrace this. As you've seen the murals being painted all over town.
In the last 5 or 6 years, it's exploded.
It's exploded, and all the way from downtown Ocala through to Tuscaloosa, and everything they're doing with the art park and the Magnolia Art Exchange, and just the Appleton. I mean,
you got Max coming in.
Yeah,
Max in
you've
there
got
too.
Max. You've got so in collaboration, we've got a really good art community. So just making sure that we are supporting our kids as they're coming up in that, letting them know that there is a lot of times just letting them know that there's a future in art, whether it may be through filmmaking, whether visual arts, performing arts, so there's so much that goes into it. But yeah, we were really excited about being able to fund the production of Jesus Christ Superstar out at Westport, and they did an amazing job. And then this last year, we were able to fund Forest High School, who put on Little Shop of Horrors.
They did. They put
So
Little Shop of Horrors on.
I love seeing that, in just like you said, in our community high schools, putting together these great art programs and such. So that's all good, and then just letting the community know that the Brick City Center of the Arts downtown. I still get a lot of people that don't understand. They're like, is it a gallery? Is it open to the public? So yes, it's open to the public. The side patio, if you've noticed, it's been redone, like landscaping's redone. That is open for people to come, do their business meetings, sit out there during the day, bring your lunch, get your coffee.
And it really is a nice little side garden.
Very nice area. And then for anyone who, wanted to use the facility for a private function, it is available for rental as well. So it's been a nice venue for a lot of people who want to host a holiday party or a birthday party, and they love the fact that they don't have to spend a lot on decorations because it's already decorated with art. So it's a beautiful place to have an event or have a function too.
That's how I cheated on my wedding when I got married. I used the botanical gardens.
Beautiful.
Southern. Somebody said, you didn't buy much flowers. No, I just got married in the botanical garden.
Exactly.
And that's the same kind of thing you're talking with the Cultural Alliance. You don't have to do a lot of decorating. It's already decorated for you at the brick.
Exactly.
Which is what we refer to it as, the brick.
The brick. Yeah. And the thing is, it's really fun because every 30 days, all of the art, it completely changes. It completely changes, and there's a new theme. And so every 30 days, when you come in, you're gonna see something new.
Now let's talk about the art that is the big weekend that is put on by FAFO. Does FAFO work in close conjunction with the Cultural Alliance?
Absolutely, absolutely. We host them in the brick. We allow them to use the book kind of as their home base to store their things, for them to come in, have their lunches, and just that's kind of their area to hang out during the event that whole week or weekend. And so we allow them to use the brick, and in a collaboration with them, then they have us set up the art maze that we put up for the kids to come and create art, actually kids and adults, because the adults get into that art maze just as much as the kids do. So we work real closely with FAFO during that time and throughout the year.
Let's talk about some places around town that really are private entities that help promote the arts, and so I would think that the Cultural Alliance is okay with those. One is I never get the name of it right. It's a place where you can go as an adult and paint and drink wine.
Oh, painting. Are you talking about Painting with a Twist?
Painting with a Twist.
Yeah.
Those kind of places are here in town because of the good art culture we have in this town.
Right.
That's been cultivated over the last 15 years by the Cultural Alliance.
Well, and a lot of people think, well, I'm not an artist, and that's why those kind of places are so successful, because you get to kind of actually play and experience, and there's no expectation that you have to create something amazing, and you've got an actual art teacher that guides you through it, and so it's just a fun way to get your hands involved in the arts. So yeah, those are great. And what comes out of that a lot of times is people create these things and they walk away and they're like, wow, I am an artist. Look at this, you know. So they're kind of proud of their piece. And
is Angie Lewis an artist?
I am okay.
You know I was gonna ask
I'm not an artist. I've created several pieces. I proudly hang them, but they are not. That no one would ever want to purchase them. And you know I'm not a singer, but it doesn't stop me from singing karaoke. So I always enjoy when you share your stories as well.
I enjoy doing karaoke. I really enjoy doing karaoke. It's the venue that does karaoke on a nightly basis. Everyone knows it's just across from Dunkin' Donuts on Highway 40. We'll just leave it at that.
I know exactly where you're going.
I do enjoy karaoke there. Let's talk about what is now. While the horses were the mainstay for the beginning of the Cultural Alliance,
right?
We have this international festival that we do now, the Silver Springs International Film Festival.
Yes.
That I know is its own entity, but it works in close hand with the Cultural Alliance. It uses the brick as its home base. I volunteered there. 3 years in, is it safe to say this is a huge success for Marion County and Ocala?
It's very much. And again, this is a reflection of the community embracing the arts, and the film festival was a lot of the same people that are involved with the Marion Cultural Alliance. We're also involved with the Silver Springs International Film Festival and the Ocala Film Foundation, which is the foundation that brings the festival. We have an exciting event that's happening in 2017. It is March the 13th through the night. I'm going to mess up the dates.
I think we have them displayed.
Oh,
right
good.
now.
Yay. Thank you. 14th through the 19th. I said 13th through the 19th, but the 13th is kind of like the get-together night. So that is called the Jump Cut Film Challenge. It is a 72-hour film challenge. So we'll have 12 teams that are chosen from a lottery when they send in their applications. And they'll come together on the 13th and 14th, and we'll connect them with mentors. Some of these mentors are coming back from the Manhattan Film Institute that we've had the last few years. We've got our very own Mark Emery. We've got Paul Cohen from FSU. So we've got a really great group of mentors that are going to come down, spend 2 days working with these aspiring filmmakers, and then they'll be given an Ocala landmark, a line, and a prop. And they have 72 hours to go out with their team. And we have actors who are auditioning, so they'll be able to pick some actors. They'll go out and they'll create a film. They'll edit, they'll get everything done. They have to turn it back in Sunday night by 5 o'clock. Those will be screened and judged. And then we'll watch the films in the Marion Theater and award out cash prizes and awards to these filmmaker teams. So
very good, which gives some motivation for the youth of our area to stay.
Exactly.
That they can. You don't have to go to Hollywood. You don't have to go to New York City. You don't have to go to Atlanta, which right now is a hotbed of video and movie making. I mean, all you got to do is look at A&E, the #1 show on cable right now, not professional wrestling. That's so scary that professional wrestling is the #1 show on cable TV. But the #1 show, not professional wrestling, is The Walking Dead, and it's filmed right there on the outskirts of Atlanta. So you don't have to be in Hollywood or New York City anymore, as evidenced by the guy who used to this used to be his studio, the studio we're in now, Suite 208 at the Power Plant Business Incubator. A very talented young man used to use this as his studio, who's won awards from the Silver Springs International Film Festival, Alex Moya.
Alex Moya,
who is a Ocalan who is doing great things. I'm so excited about Alex.
He won the first year of the film festival for his feature, and has since then gotten very involved in the festival and helped mentor and been a big part of it. And then he actually got a scholarship and was able to go attend Manhattan Film Institute. So he and he'll tell you that's all a result from the film festivals, making those connections and being able to do that. Alex, and he's employing people now. I mean, it's so exciting when I sit down and talk to him. He's
hiring
he's
people.
like, 18, 19 years old, and he's employing I don't know, they got 15 people or so working for them now. So at Moy Media. So I'm really excited about him, and he's fun because he's learning, and he's made mistakes, but he'll set up and say, okay, I'm learning from these, and he doesn't give up. He's really an entrepreneur, and I'm really proud of him.
And started right here at the Power Plant
Exactly.
Business Incubator.
Which again says a lot for our community. I've shared this with friends of mine that live in St. Louis and stuff that are business owners, and I've talked about us having this business incubator, and they just are so impressed that we have this in our community.
The incubators are usually set on college campuses near universities. This is a different way to do it, but it seems to be very successful, and I'm very grateful to be here at the Power Plant Business Incubator. It's helped me greatly with some of the stuff they teach you and everything, and it's not unlike the Cultural Alliance and some of the seminars and all that you guys put on and hold that teach and promote the arts, and like you said, all the arts, not just the visual arts,
right,
not just painting, but music, TV, movies, the spoken word,
right,
the written word.
We host storytelling.
Yes.
All of that, and then you've got your woodworking and your metal art. So it's just art to me is, there's so much to it. It's not in one little box. Even sidewalk chalk art.
Right.
We've had those contests and stuff, and that's really impressive.
See some of those 3D sidewalk charts, the chalk art that they do 3D, where it's really, really in depth and amazing art that you see drawn on sidewalks.
Right.
So if somebody wanted to get involved or find out more about the Marion Cultural Alliance, I'm sure volunteers are always needed. How can they find out?
Absolutely. Well, you're always welcome to just come into the Brick downtown, meet with Paulette, Jay, or Anna, and they would love to give you information. Anyone who's interested, you can go to our website, Marion Cultural Alliance. You can also look us up on Facebook. There's lots of opportunities there. But yeah, we're always looking for volunteers and people to help out with the gallery or help out with an event that we're having. We've got in April 22nd is our Ride for the Arts Grand Fondo. Huge ride. Mary Verando is kind of our lead on that and has helped us put that together. So we've got riders coming from everywhere. Last year we had a rider all the way from Italy that came in. Patrice from La Cuisine participates in that. He's quite a writer. I don't know if you've seen him, but he just flies past all the SAG stops. So he's really cool. But we've got plein air artists, so that we're tied this in with art. We got plein air artists that are set up all over Marion County, capturing these riders as they're coming through the community.
Lewis be in a bike outfit on a bike
She
ride.
will not. Angie Lewis will be handing out water.
will the famous Clint Lewis be bicycling?
Clint will be helping me hand out water. We're more of Santos Trail riders than we are.
Trail than you are
yes.
the
I am terrified. I do not trust the driver. I am terrified to do that.
Because of the people in cars next to you.
Scares me to death. I'm not doing
how
it.
Angry people get at bicyclists when they have just as much right to the road as you do in a car.
Oh, absolutely.
It's amazing.
Absolutely. But I'm sorry. I get scared. I'm like, I'll stay on the trail.
So last question for Angie Lewis, the chairperson of the Marion Cultural Alliance. The Max is opening soon. We had Melissa Townsend on earlier.
Isn't she amazing?
She really is. She really is.
She is such an asset to our city. I just love her.
Can you not wait for that partnership with the Cultural Alliance and the Max to get together? I
will tell you, we have, because they are an art incubator, just as this is a business incubator.
Exactly.
So we have set up, we have an agreement with them that their artists, as they're ready to start displaying, we have an area in the Brick that we will host Max artists to be showcased in the gallery, to be able to sell their art and such. So we've been working with the Magnolia Art Exchange from the get-go and are super excited about everything that they're doing. And I love that whole train station area and the art park over there.
Really nice.
And then, have you seen the new mural?
I have.
Isn't that, that's
He
cool.
He worked on it quite a while. A very famous muralist came and did that.
Yeah.
Now, and the murals are going up everywhere. There's one on Stone Petroleum has a mural on the backside of it now. The water tank just across the parking lot here at the Business Incubator has a mural. none of them is fantastic as the mural I have.
Oh, well, this is amazing. This is amazing.
Well,
and we got to get Rebecca involved in the Marion Cultural
I
Alliance.
will introduce you to Rebecca.
Yes.
I'll get you introduced to Rebecca. Angie, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Next time, maybe we'll have you in and talk about the Rotary. Because you do so much. There's so much you can talk about.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I never run out of words. I guess that's...
You know, I've been accused of the same thing. Angie Lewis of the Marion County Cultural Alliance. Let me give you this day in history. This day in history is brought to you by KT Entertainment. For all your wedding, reception, birthday party, or private gathering needs where you need musical entertainment, call KT Entertainment at 352-512-2611, or you can find them on the web at ktforfun.com. That's KT, the number 4, fun.com. KT Entertainment for all your entertainment needs. On this day in history, all the way back in 1779, Stephen Decatur, he's an American naval hero during actions against the Barbary pirates in the War of 1812. He was born on this day in 1779. That will conclude this episode of Common Sense with Tom Schmitz. I'd like to thank my guest, Angie Lewis from the Marion Cultural Alliance, and thank Brian Morgan from behind the scenes pushing all the right buttons. Until tomorrow, with our guest, tomorrow will be a special day as we will have a guest tomorrow that's adoptable. That's right. We'll have our monthly Adopt a Pet from the Marion County Humane Society. That'll be tomorrow on Common Sense with Tom Schmitz. Until then, have a great day, everyone.